my mum and dad don't live together. They're in the area too. I had to go see them.
Got a banner, all tear around the face.
Like, how am I supposed to go across there without paying?
Outside the house.
But even the mile, it says £1 per mile. I mean, say I was going to go somewhere else, and it was £1 per mile. Like Bournemouth, it'd be £100 for like 100 miles for like £1 to go there. That's my point. It's just, I hope he sees this. He's going to regret this. All that trouble he's done. Yeah.
Out of the babes comes the truth. Out of the mouth of babes we hear the truth. This is amazing. Even children know what the reality of what's going on. People need to start listening. Good job. Excellent. Well done. Well done. That was brilliant. Well done. Well done. Very good. Very good.
First of all, I want to thank the organisers for organising today. You've done a fantastic job, and my good friend Lembit Opik for helping out. Why are we here? I ask myself. Because isn't expanding the ULEZ a wonderful idea? No. And is it being done to improve the quality of air in London? No. Why is it being done? It's being done to raise money. Exactly. It's all about money. It's got nothing to do with air quality. We've had the research that clearly shows that expanding the ULEZ will make no difference whatsoever. So it's all about money. And I'm so delighted that we're now going to have a JR, because all of this has been done incorrectly. He does not have a mandate for this. He didn't mention it in his election. He tried to interfere with the consultation, and that was, he was for it, he was. And also, we know that he predetermined, because for some reason, he ordered the cameras before the consultation. Not that he knew what the outcome of the consultation would be, because you wouldn't, would you? You'd spend millions of pounds on cameras you weren't going to use, wouldn't you? So all I've got to say to you guys is thank you so much for coming down. I love you, and let's really give it to him with a great big Khan out! Hey, well done guys, thank you.
Can you hear me? Let's go. It's actually the Alliance of British Drivers, but we go under different names. We all work together, yeah? Okay, you'll hear some good speeches today about ULEZ, but ULEZ is only part of the story.
He needs the mic a bit closer to his face.
Okay, right. ULEZ is a stepping stone to Genghis Khan's final solution, London-wide road pricing. He's got the nerve to pretend that ULEZ is all about air quality and health. It's always been about money, our money. So pull the other one, Genghis. Last year, we had the ULEZ consultation. One of my colleagues in ABD spotted a very interesting admission, that ULEZ would only make money for a couple of years before it was replaced by London-wide road pricing by 2026 at the latest. Mayor Khan assures us that no decisions have been made. Well, why then is Transport for London hiring contractors to develop road pricing systems? We're told the technology is not available yet. Don't fall for that. What he really means is that he will wait until he's re-elected. Do we want to see him re-elected? No! Do we want to see him? No! Right, Khan admits that the ULEZ cameras could be used to police road pricing. He's considering taxing us by when we drive and where we drive to. Who decides if our journey to work is really necessary? Who decides if we should be cycling or walking instead? Yeah? He's even eyeing our household income. Yeah? It's a massive invasion of our privacy. And he wants to force 27% of us off the road with his charges. He's got the nerve to call others extreme when it's him that's too big for his jack boots. Yeah? Having a great rally. But if we want to stop him, we need to spread the word, and that's where we can all work together.
Cut the cameras!
Yes, and if the truth is the best disinfectant for London's toxic mayor. Thank you.
A gentleman who has been a special advisor to Boris Johnson, whatever anyone thinks about Boris Johnson, but he's been a special advisor to Boris Johnson, and he's now throwing his hat in the ring as a prospective candidate for London Mayor. He is, of course, Samuel Kazaboo.
Friends, what a turnout! We're sending a message directly to Sadiq Khan that we don't want his ULEZ expansion. Is that true? Yeah! You've been here. Show Sadiq Khan how strong Londoners feel about his poor choice of this ULEZ expansion. This mayor's dismissive disregard towards us, those who are concerned about his ULEZ tax, must end now. Sadiq Khan, take notice, stop and listen. London is the greatest city in the world. The people who live and work here make it so good. The mayor's ULEZ plans hurt those very people, Londoners like you and me, and people who make this city work. For many of us, a car means liberty and livelihood. Get cut out, yes I agree. Get cut out, get cut out. I was born and raised in the London borough of Barnet. Anybody here from Barnet? Good, two of us, wonderful. Where I first saw the power of having a car. For those not rich enough to afford a new vehicle, the ULEZ tax, Khan's ULEZ tax, will be nothing short of a disaster. Small businesses will close, disabled Londoners stranded, carers and our NHS heroes stuck. We have all read and heard about the effect the ULEZ tax will have on entrepreneurs. Trust me, ULEZ is going to hurt them. I founded and ran a social enterprise many years ago which supported over 6,000 entrepreneurs to set up and grow a business. Many used the funds to buy a van. Not a brand new van, but a second-hand van. Vans mean work. Vans mean independence. Vans mean food on the plates for families. Vans mean self-preservation. The Federation of Small Businesses has found that 18% of companies who have vehicles that are not ULEZ compliant will close. It's no surprise then that more than 4 in 5 small businesses oppose the expansion. Sadiq Khan, once again, take notice, stop and listen. If you are disabled, have mobility issues, a car is your livelihood, Sadiq Khan's ULEZ tax could be catastrophic for them. I hate that word, catastrophic. Tried to get out the speech, it didn't work. Over 280,000 disabled people live in London, many needing wheelchair-specific vehicles. Sadiq Khan is proposing less than a 4-year exemption on the tax. In 4 years, they will have to buy a brand new car or pay full whack. Of course, this short exemption is only for those who claim disability benefits. Many Londoners have mobility problems but do not claim those benefits. Do we agree? Yes! Don't worry, I'm almost done. So my message to the mayor is please listen to us. Londoners do not want your tax. Stop the expansion process right now and listen. Mr. Mayor, if you feel strongly about ULEZ zones, put it in your manifesto, let's debate it and let the people decide. Yes. Mr. Mayor, if you want to support small businesses, if you want to enable those with disabilities, such as our elderly, if you want to support our NHS heroes, then the one thing you need to do is stop the ULEZ tax right now. Thank you.
Concerning some of the lords, as we read out at the start of this, Baroness Fox and Lord Moylan and others, and councillors, and we're going to be doing another big one in the next couple of months, which we'll let everyone know about. It won't be Easter and people will come in to speak. Next up is a councillor from one of the councils that's doing the judicial review. It's Simon Forford from Bromley Council.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Are you here to send a message to Mr. Khan? I'm not sure you heard that. Are you here to send a message to Mr. Khan? Good, I'll pick that up. Well, I'm Simon Forford, and I'm one of the councillors on part of the Fearless 5 councils that are challenging Mr. Khan for the court. And we will take it all the way. I can assure you of that. Now, Mr. Khan doesn't understand you lot. He thinks, for some reason, he thinks you're all extreme right wingers. Are you extreme right wingers? I don't think he heard that. No, I'm not. Are you COVID deniers? No. So this is the whole point about it. He would have us painted as daft, stupid people because he's lost the argument. And one of the next things I want to talk about is air quality. Okay. Today, in inner London, every one of you is breathing worse air than you would do if you was in my borough in Bromley. Here today, there's already ULEZ here, and what he's doing is he's making outer London pay for his mistakes in inner London. And the other thing is, and you don't have to take my word for it, there's an independent report by a company called Jacobs. Go and look at their maps. You'll see that it's all lovely blues and greens in outer London, reds and yellows in inner London. Maybe that's something to do with the politics, I don't know. But that is an air quality map, and that is fundamentally true. But we know, everybody here knows it's not about air quality one little bit. It is about road pricing. Mr. Khan is not even a Trojan horse anymore. He's got out of the horse, he's waving the flag and said, do you know what, I'm going to charge road pricing. I don't know if you've seen his accounts, but in 2027, he will raise no money whatsoever from ULEZ. So he's got to get some money somehow, and that means today, you may be ULEZ compliant, but tomorrow, or in 2025, when he brings in road pricing, you will not be. Fundamentally, he's after you. He's after everybody. I drive an electric car. I know what's coming. I'll be charged. Believe me. So, the next thing I want to say is, if I was standing for mayor, I would do 3 things. I'd pledge 3 things. The first one would be, I would scrap ULEZ. The second one is, I would not go for road pricing. And the third one is, and I have to say this because Mr. Khan is scared. He's lost the arguments, that's why he calls you names. He's scared facing the electorate. So I challenge Mr. Khan, plain and simply, delay this implementation until May. Let the electorate decide. What are you afraid of? And we know what he's afraid of. He's afraid of you good people. That's what it is. So my pledge would be, if I was standing for mayor, is I would say, anybody that is fined, if you are fined between now and the election, you will get a full refund if Khan is kicked out. A full refund. Do you like that? Yes. Do you like that? Yes. Good. And finally, there's a few other things. we've got to just wrap up here because we know all about this. And that is that he's not getting the message. ULEZ is unfair, and he does not get that. As people have said, it affects the poorest. Where I live, it will stop doctors, teachers, nurses, police officers coming into work. It'll put you in danger. It will put you at risk. You might not get taught. You might not be able to go to hospital because of all those things. Those people, and we already know of some that are tripping their jobs at the Brewery in Bromley to go and work outside because they don't want to face the congestion charge. That's how it impacts people. It affects everyday people. And the other thing is, I want you all to put your hand up if you are impacted by ULEZ or you know someone that's impacted by ULEZ. And there you have it. Everybody knows somebody in outer London that is seriously impacted by ULEZ. That's why we've got to stop this. That's why we have to make it an election issue, regardless of what happens. So, what we have to say to Mr. Khan one more time, stop ULEZ! Stop ULEZ! Stop ULEZ! Stop ULEZ! Thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy the afternoon.
Thank you very much. My name's David Opick, and I'm here because we have to draw a line in the sand between the rulers who are really our servants. We pay their salaries. You don't pay mine anymore, but all right. The reality is they have lost touch with the public. The three reasons why the ULEZ expansion is utter nonsense is, number one, it's unscientific. It won't save 4,000 lives. It will cost lives and livelihoods because people won't be able to look after their loved ones because they're not going to spend 90 quid a week going round, and they're not going to be able to work on minimum wage in the area because you're getting most of it to Sadiq Khan. The second point here is it's undemocratic. Most people in London didn't want it in the first place, in reality, and in this survey, the result was clearly against it, even though he tried to fiddle the figures. And the third thing is, it's unworkable for a city that you cannot run on bicycles and foot alone. That's a first world country needs first world transport and first-rate politicians, and we haven't got any of those three at the moment. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here because, thanks to Alan Miller and the team, this is the real, authentic government in waiting for this country. And I would love to see a situation where, if you don't have Together association support, you don't get elected. Sadiq Khan, in conclusion, is even cheekier than I am, thinking that he can force something on this country because it goes from London to the rest of the country that we don't want. Ladies and gentlemen, I pay homage to you for taking the trouble to speak up and be counted. And the message should be, if you ignore the will of the public will ignore you in the ballot box. Thank you.
My name is Daniel Zlubko. I am on the steering group and Together as well. What a pleasure it is to be here. Look at so many people. It's a brilliant turnout. I got politely asked on Twitter the other day, what's a man from Manchester going to London for? The lie there is it wasn't very polite, but I shall tell you. ULEZ is about London, but it's about everybody as well. There's a clean air zone in Manchester which is being proposed, one in Sheffield. These restrictions affect us all, and we need to fight them together as well. This is not just about London, it's not just about Manchester, not just about Sheffield, it's about everywhere. But you guys in London need to fight the London one, and while you're doing that, we'll fight the Manchester, the Sheffield one. We all stick together. I don't know if you noticed, but the public is being cut out of all decisions when it comes to this. I know someone said before, let's have a referendum. I wonder why that is, and maybe this is one of the answers to that. In 2008, Greater Manchester held a referendum on the congestion charge. Turnout was 53.2% across 10 council regions in Greater Manchester. Over 1 million people voted. 78.8% of the people rejected the congestion charge. A resounding result. Maybe that proves maybe that proves that the public can't be trusted to make the right decision. I shall wrap up now. I'll introduce our next speaker. Thank you all for coming. Let's stick together. Let's take democracy back together. And
in Bath, they tried to shut us all down, right? And we had a community hall booked. They tried to shut us down, but within 3 or 4 days we organised an event and there were hundreds of people in Bath for that meeting, and it was an incredible moment, and they're fighting now and they're standing and the elections are coming up. A big shout out to Save Bath, Save Our City. Thank you, Wolfie. Have 75% road closures. He's pioneered the road closures during the whole emergency legislation, shutting down roadblocks. Peter's been a campaigner since day one with our very good friend Niall Crowley, who stood as well in Hoxton East when many people didn't know what was going on, as it happens, when they were saying, well, this is it, they're going to shut people down. Well, they're not going to do that in all the areas. That's a bit mad, isn't it? Now they're coming right out, they're saying it's 75%, they want to do 70% in Islington. But we're joining people up together all round. We've got Haringey, Enfield, Islington, Hackney, Waltham Forest, working with people in Ealing, Hounslow, across the UK, across London, but also across all the anti-LTN challenges up and down the country. In the Midlands, in the North East and the North West, those challenging 15-minute neighbourhoods, clean air zones that have just been imposed on us, we're standing together. And Peter's been a great campaigner since day one. Let's have a warm round of applause for him.
That was all right, lovely. Yeah, pretty much you summed up in one, right? Yeah, Hackney, Haringey, doesn't matter what borough you're in, it's all the same thing, it's all about control, it's about nothing else, it's all about money, how much they can get out of you. The LTNs, the ULEZ are all one and the same thing, you're under no illusion, they can't do one without the other, they can't implement ULEZ and paper mile without the LTNs being in place. The whole idea of the LTNs is to close off the side streets, they can get everyone on the main roads, and they can keep tabs on them, and it makes it easier for them to have to put fuel cameras in. That's what it's all about. How do we fight that? Fight back, ignore it, ignore the fines, just keep going with it. You know, there are loads of different ways you can get involved, be it during the demos day, signs, you name it. You know, it's direct action, anything you can. We can't let these people win, we can't let them walk all over us. Enough is enough. You know, they think they can approve all these LTNs, so here's one for you. So Hackney Council approved 75% of roads are going to say they're going to be LTNs. They did that, they approved it all behind closed doors with no prior public engagement. Now this isn't just happening, this is happening across the board. Yeah, countrywide. It's happening up in Leeds, everywhere now. Cambridge, Oxford, you name it. They think they can go ahead. At the end of the day, these people work for us, not the other way around. Yeah, I think they often forget that. You know, this is a democracy last time I checked, not a dictatorship. So why are they running the place like a dictatorship? Enough is enough. This crap, it has to stop. This nonsense has to stop. You know, we have to fight back by any means necessary. And I mean any means necessary, I mean exactly that. Any means. Yeah, whether it be shady or not. Right. But we can't let them do this. We cannot let them do this. We will not let them do this. We all come together as one. We all fight as one. This is how we get them out. We get Sadiq Khan out, we get them all out. You know, that's such a good idea. When you come and spend a day with us to come see us like yourself. You know, I've given countless times to countless councillors. I have, you know, I've given invitations to councillors, I've given invitations to MPs. Come and spend a day with me, come and see us like yourself. Do you think one of them got back to me? Of course not, because they don't want to be proved wrong. They don't want to have to face the music. They think they can do all of this and not have to answer to anyone. Well, it doesn't work like that. Enough is enough. Time to fight back. Time to take back our streets. Take back what's ours.
Thank you, Peter. Very quick. I need to tell you all about what's happening in London, but those people outside London, they should know it's happening there as well. I've just come back from Wales today. There's exactly the same situation, and what everyone needs to understand is that what happens here happens elsewhere, and it's happening just as fast, but people are going to wake up to it. And what people also need to wake up to is that it's for us, it's for you to make things happen and change. And what I know as a lawyer for the last few years is we cannot rely on the law and on the courts. The courts will move when the people move. So saying you will move together, that's what counts. The courts will move, we don't turn the back on them. It's not a lost hope.
but it's the people first, and that's what we have together. We start off in a basement about August 21, if Anna reminds me correctly. Just about 100 people or less, but it's grown. We've managed to stop the invasion of freedom. We've managed to put the mandate, hold it in its tracks, and that was back in 21, 22. We can do the same thing with the ULEZ and the control of our cities and where we live. These are linked. Everything that Together has done has all got freedom at its centre. Freedom of speech, freedom and democracy, that's what's key. So, all we need now is for us just to come together and join together, look it up, togetherdeclaration.org. Everyone here, if you're not a member, sign up, join up, it's making things happen. Thank you. We're going to go for a walk. The main message we're going to get across is we're not having it, Sadiq Khan. We're not having it. What are we saying, London? No to ULEZ! Can't hear you. What are we saying in London? No to ULEZ! Look around us. Look how many we've got waves.
Thank you to Alan for doing all this. Big thank you to Nick, Phil ULEZ, and lots of other people, Paula, lots of other people have been doing so much stuff in the background. But what it boils down to is you. We can't do this without you. We could be up here and have no crowd and it'll be completely pointless. We need you. But we don't just need you to come to protests. We need you to tell your friends what's going on. We need you to tell your friends what's happening. That's what this means. Together means we are together. We are one big team. We've got to fight together.
I don't like doing this. My sisters come on to give me a little bit of strength. It's a little bit of spoken word for you, right? It's a little bit of spoken word. I'm going to hold out for the battery because it's going to sound better if my sister's involved. Yeah, so thank you for coming. Thank you for being you. Thank you for questioning and turning this thing around slowly but surely. We're going to make some things happen. We're going to change our country, change London, turn back Sadiq, turn it all, I was going to swear then, turn it all back. Have we got another mic yet, please? There we go. Yeah, have we got that? Okay. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to say it. Here we go. Listen, listen, listen.
Listen.
I'm asking the question, whose is this vision? This vision that surreptitiously seems like a mission, that's taking control of our lives, telling us how we should live on the basis of what is not what it appears to be. They tell us it's for our own safety, for our own health, for our own good. You stayed in to save lives, you lived in your post because they told you they should. You should, rather. I mean, surely they cared about us, surely they did.
Surely they did.
Surely they didn't know. Now listen, you know the truth now, the statistics and data is coming out now. It's time, people. Let us look at the facts, statistics, data and review. We have to recognise now that they are not on our side now. They do not convey or tell truth. So we have problems to solve, many lessons, many wrongs to resolve. So I'm asking you, each and every one of you, I'm asking me too. Will we stand back and let them do to us what they choose to? No. To accept like lambs, branded, just because they tell us it's the standard? No, 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 no. For me and mine, those days are gone. And I'm asking you and everyone good to join with us all, for the good of good people, listen. The slogans they made were there to degrade, trying to scare us into submission, but they didn't. They caused our awakening, not our wokeness, our awakening.
We're awake now.
Where we say, what do you think and who do you think you're doing it to?
when we know it's not right, listen.
Listen!
And when it's not right, we have to resolve to the fight. Listen.
Listen!
The fight to be free, the fight to live free, in peace and be what and how we choose to be, peaceably. And so right now, I say no. No to LTNs, no to 15-minute cities, and no to the ULEZ. What do you say? No to the ULEZ! What do you say?